point fire with an indirect weapon. So that means that he's shooting with the grenade launcher. And what you won't see so much in armor, you'll see in real life that when people are shooting a grenade launcher, instead of pointing it like this at the target, if they're firing at 200 or 400 meters, they'll like this or this when firing, so they get the maximum elevation. So that's why it's called an indirect weapon, because you don't shoot directly at the enemy, you shoot over them. In any case, that's used for hit a grouped up enemy, obviously, but also enemies who are in cover, hiding behind a tree. If we take these two instructors here, we have suppressed them. We're setting out on the airfield out there. We have suppressed them, so they took cover behind this wall here. Next thing is the that's his job, and even if he can't really hit the ground next to them and make them die from that, he can load what's called a HE round, and at least in real life the round will actually go through the wall and hit on the other side. So that's what he does. Final man, rifleman. Rich Mule, what's his job?
He provides small arms fire and carries extra ammo for the AR.
Yeah, he's basically the fire team. So he does whatever the two guys can't do and what the team leader can't deal with. You want a team leader that's light on his feet, at least in real life, and you want that because if he gets tired, then he makes fucked up decisions and bad shit happens. So you kind of want to keep him light and just have him carry a battle load. Then you have the riflemen that you load up with all your extra crap. In Afghanistan we used to give them fucking 20 kilogram ECM jam for cell phone activated roadside bombs and shit like that. But they get all kinds of weird crap, extra ammo, extra food, extra water, whatever is needed to accomplish your mission.
Question.
That's his task, and yeah.
If automatic rifleman or grenadier goes down, should the rifleman grab his weapon?
Yes.
Alright.
Because as I said, the two most important weapons are the AR and the grenadier.
Should
the grenade launcher.
Should the team leader grab one of the weapons if needed?
If we're going down to only being two men, then yes. Then you just have to get work. It depends obviously on the situation. If you're, especially in armor, if you're gonna be spawns, then don't bother. Stay with your loadout because he's gonna come back with a perfect loadout. But if the mission don't have spawn, I, as a team leader, would obviously be ready to grab the AR and or the grenade launcher just to make sure we kept the firepower. But as Death Strike say, you don't take enemy weapons, you only keep within what you have in your fire team. Okay. So those are the roles within a fire team, and the roles of a fire team we're going to discuss a little bit more as we go, but also now. So again, what we talked about was of fire teams. The reason we have fire teams of 4-man is because it allows us to be offensive and defensive. We can both attack and we can defend using 4-man, and we can do both these things effectively. And when we start getting up in squad level, that will make a total sense for you guys. But right now I'm gonna to this level. Any questions on fire team roles and composition? Nope. Okay. We're going on to 2 then. Phase 2 is what we call the order of march, and the order of march is basically who is where in a formation, and this is going to be based off something we call buddy teams. And a buddy team is essentially, when we have a fire team of 4-man, we divide that up into 2 teams, 2 2-man teams, each with their buddy. And UOTC already discussed this for almost a year, and I ended up deciding on a standard that I'm going to teach you guys on who is with who. And the standard I decided is AR and Rifleman is a buddy team, and the Grenadier and the team leader is a buddy team. So when we start playing, remember that team leaders buddies with fucking Grenadiers, and Riflemen and automatic Riflemen are buddies, since that division have one of the most important weapons on each team, and it allows the team leader to talk directly to the grenadier, tell him exactly what to aim for, and it somewhat allows him to talk to the automatic rifleman. And it allows the automatic rifleman to be with the rifleman who most likely has the extra ammo. So remember those, maybe even write them down if you have your pen and paper ready, as I would recommend you always have when we play armor. But then comes the order of march, and this becomes easier because now you know these body teams, and the team leader's body team is body 1, AR's body team is body 2, nice and easy. So when you, for instance, call out column, then the team leader can just say order of march body 1, body 2. So we know the team leader's body is up front, then the AR and the other guy comes behind. So that's the immediate thing here. And then when we get into practicing formations, I'll be telling you where I would recommend you keep people, in any case. Yes, let's see my notes here.
Man, bad weather.
This is the thing you want to talk to your fighting leader about. If he calls for formation and you don't have a set order of march, you want to ask him, what order of march do you want? Okay, I want myself and the grenadier up front. Okay, then we can figure out where the two others are going. So yeah, now we're gonna go out for some different for some exercises. I'm gonna mark some things for you. So if there are no questions on the order of march immediately right now, anyone has any questions at all?
How do we adjust the body system to the other systems, like sections and so on?
Well, in a section, you have this different system where you have 4 fire teams, and that's what the American doctrine calls a body team. The Canadian doctrine or British doctrine, those are called fire teams. And then they have 4-man groups, which are called assault groups, which are essentially a US fire team. But that's completely different in some ways. In some ways, it's completely the same. The major difference in a section and a squad is that the section leader is also a team leader, so he has much more work to do than a US squad leader.
Alright.
So next thing we're going to do is a bit about communicating contacts, and it's important when you are in game that you communicate with each other and you tell each other what's going on all the time. Like, and there's something called echoing. Have you heard of that? Anyone?
Yeah. You pass the message down the line.
Yeah. So essentially, when I as a squad leader say line on me, then everyone just say line on squad lead. It's total kindergarten mode, but it's actually how it works in real life, and it's the easiest way at all to make a fire team work. If you simply say what you were just told and say what you're gonna do out loud every time.
That's essential if you don't have radios.
No, even if you have radios, do it, because it lets the man next to you know what you're doing. But yeah, if you don't have radios, it's even more important. But it's basically whenever an order is given or whenever something interesting happens, you just say it out loud so everyone can hear it. I'll give you some example. For instance, team leader says line formation, and what do you all say?
Line formation is what?
Line formation. Line formation.
Yeah. Suppressive fire front. What do you say?
Suppressive fire.
Exactly. That's how we do it. And if you can get used to doing that, and whenever your team leader says something, say what he just said. Another example is going to be when we come to contacts, for example. Then we communicate those contacts via something called a contact report. And those exist in a very formal manner, but you don't have to listen to them. Used to be, I taught people a Canadian version that's called Grid, where you had some very accurate information, but it turned out it just scared people from saying exactly what they needed to say. So I've decided to simplify this, and your most basic reaction whenever someone's firing, what do you say if you hear some fire coming over your head?
Contact.
Contact, yeah. One contact with the enemy. Someone's shooting at us. And that's
Taking
just
fire and the direction.
Yeah, but that's just your basic reaction. you see me all the time doing it on the server. Boom, 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 contact. And I just lie down until I figure out what the fuck's going on. That's just my immediate reaction based on what I was taught before Afghanistan. Then you figure out where is this actually coming from. If you can hear immediately, fuck, that's far west or left, then you just call contact left, point your gun, start shooting, and get into cover. Okay? That's your immediate reaction, as you were taught in familiar course. Immediate action is identify what direction and form a line facing that direction. But that's not enough anymore, and when we're doing fighting operations, we need more information. It's not just enough to say contact left and form a line. We want more. We want to know what type of enemy they are, how far away they are, and an indication of where they are. So contact left, that's good for initial contact once we identify the enemy. But then we want to find out, okay, where exactly are they? And first thing we want to do is contact left, and then we want to say the type of the enemy. Is it a machine gun firing at us? Is it a rifleman firing at us? Is it a fucking tank? Is it a mortar? What is it? And so what you want to say is, for instance, contact left, infantry. You see one infantryman. Or contact left machine gun, or contact left T90, whatever. That's what you want to say. And then once you've done that, you want to find out the range. And obviously if you can say that's exactly 350 meters away, that's great, but I don't think you can. But what you can do is estimate it. Is it near you, middle away, or far away? And I told you that a couple of days ago, that near is within 200 meters. Can anyone remember why we call that near?
Because everyone can effectively repel the attack.
Holy shit, yes. That's exactly right. Within near distance, within 200 meters, all weapons we have will work. We can make them work against the enemy. That's great. So if you see contact left, infantry near, okay, that lets us know that we're in contact. It's to the left, and it's infantry, and they're near. And if infantry is near, that means that whatever we can do to them, they can do to us. That's a point of consideration for you guys. Then you call out if they're. Then you can also call out middle, and that's between 200 meters and 600 meters out. And why is that?
Because that is the distance that you would usually engage them with scopes and
effective
heavy
range
weapons.
of the rifle.
Yeah, that's where your rifle starts becoming ineffective. If you have an M16, you should be able to hit targets at 600 meters if you're a good shot. But beyond 600 meters, your M16 can't hit anything anymore. So that's how we define that as middle, simply where our 5.56 weapons will no longer cut it. They will not be effective enough to hit the enemy. So when a contact is middle, that's that ground where you can still hit them, but you have to think about how you're gonna hit them. It doesn't help to just fire blindly at someone, because it will just, all it will serve is to let the enemy know that you don't know where they are. You can't, or you can't shoot for shit. So that's where your suppressive fire has to be focused. You have to think of somewhere to hit. And finally we have far, which is beyond 600 meters, and that's because far away, that's beyond the effective range of our rifles. And if it's beyond range of our rifles, then we really shouldn't get into this fight, because we'll just waste a lot of ammo and maybe give the enemy time to react to it.
Question?
Yeah.
If the enemy is like 50 meters close, do you shout danger close, or do you still use like near or
That's
close?
just near.
Okay.
Can you say close? Like, for real close? Instead of near.
But when you say danger close, that's an artillery or aircraft term. You shouldn't use it as infantry, because any enemy that can shoot at us is technically danger close to us. That wouldn't make sense. So that's just near or close. It doesn't make a huge difference for a leader if he is within. It makes somewhat sense to know if he's within 50 or within 200, but your reaction is still the same. Form line and shoot at them. And then your team leader has to figure out what he's gonna do.
Alright.
But as I say again, contact, direction, as accurate as possible. Don't necessarily use degrees, because if you spread out in fire team, then what's 250 for the guy on the right might be 240 for the guy on the left, or even more. So that won't work. You want to call a general direction, and if targets are far away, for instance, I'm going to call out the contact west southwest. That's it. Contact west southwest, far by the red house. So I can't really say exactly where it is. I just know it's south southwest, and people can look at or west southwest, and people can look at the maps or the shack tag card, see, okay, that's somewhat that direction, and then I say by the red house. Oh shit, yeah, that house is red, and then we can engage from based on. That's a way of indicating where exactly you think the enemy is. If you don't know, then contact west. That's also better than nothing. Then once you've done that, target type. What kind of enemy are we facing? Have you any clue? If you don't, then just say what it sounds like, machine gun fire, rifle fire, whatever, just so we have any idea what's going on, and then how far away you think it is. And all this is important because it relates to how the fire team leader does his job, and relates to how the squad leader is going to use your fire team, and even relates to how the platoon leader is going to react. So it's very important that you pass accurate information. There's also something you want to think about. Whenever you report a contact, try and report by unit size. So if you only see one man, then you can obviously say one man. But if you see two guys, for instance, then you can just say fire team minus, because it's less than a fire team. Is it 6 man fire team plus? Is it 9 man squad? Is it more than 9 man squad plus? Is it more like 30 guys platoon? And so on. So if you know the unit number and unit size, call out based on that. Is it more or less than a fire team, less than a squad, so on. Make sense?
Yes.
Because it makes it easier to report up the chain, so your team leader can just report to your squad leader, I'm contact with fire team minus. Okay, squad leader squad leader can say, okay, I can fucking kill a fire team minus with my squad, so I'm gonna take that, and then he can call up to the platoon leader, hey, I'm contact with a fire team minus, I'm engaging. And then the platoon leader knows he doesn't have to deal with that because the squad leader is handling it. That's very, very important that you can give accurate information. Any final questions on communicating contact?
Can you say 5+ man?
That's just fire team plus, much faster.
Alright.
And you won't, because if you say 5+ man, well, did you see 5 or did you see 6?
Thank you.
So just base a unit, because if you're not completely sure, then okay, it's more or less than a fire team. It's less, okay, then it's less than a fire team. Or if you see exactly that you've been a good soldier, you fucking picked up your scope and you looked, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 times infantry. That's also valid if you're really sure that you can tell there's 5 guys. But if you're not really sure, then fire team plus. Because you're sure there's more than 5, you can't really be sure it's only 5 guys.
Alright.
Okay. Any extra questions? I'm thinking of doing an exercise, guys, but you're so fucking many that it would probably be pointless. Usually when I had like 8 guys, I would go out in the field here, spawn a bunch of firing range targets, and then people would call out contact reports on them.
Yeah, that would be great.
You want to try that?
Yeah,
Gonna be
sure.
a lot of people, so I'll have to separate you guys a little. Or actually, is Jaxo here? Or any instructor?
Yeah, he's
I'm trying to get here.
Keys, are you good? Keys, can you help out a second? I can hear you, Cheese. Fuck it. Keys is useless. In any case, I'm gonna spawn some targets, and we're gonna try and it's gonna be first come, first serve. So whenever you see something, you see a firing range target, you just call contact, and we'll go from there.
Sorry about that, Godhand. Yaxo did something bad.
So we supposed to just shot a few rounds and then lay down?
No, it's just practicing calling the contact or saying there's an enemy there.
Contact west by the wall.
Where?
Okay,
In
stand
west, close.
Is that a full contact report, guys?
No.
Contact west near fire team plus, fire team minus, sorry.
Yeah, contact west near 50 minus. That's good. That works. That lets us know what we want to know. How close are they? What are they? Where are they? Okay, then if you just go ahead and follow me, guys, then we'll just walk out in the open and you'll call our shit you see.
Godhand,
Tactical block formation.
want me to teleport around with an AK?
No, it's yeah, I've spawned a bunch of targets.
Contact northwest near fire team minus.
Contact northwest near 50 minus. Good.
Contact west fire team minus. Here.
Yeah, that's already been called.
Contact 8 o'clock, single contact, close.
Yeah.
Contact southeast.
Fire team minus.
Yes.
South, 15 minus, near.
Guys are too good at this. Keep it
Contact northwest, fire team minus 200 meters. 300.
Contact
Near.
Baron 340.
Contact north by northwest, medium.
4-0. There's nothing there.
Oh wait, coming by west. By
Contact south, medium range. Fire team minus.
That's already been called, guys. You need to let us know. There's some contacts to my front.
Contact
About
southeast,
you have contact.
Yeah,
near.
just call.
15 minus.
Tanks
Oh, for
contact?
contact southwest tank close.
Oh, there's a tank! Shoot it!
Is that a tank? Is that what that is?
Yeah, that is.
mock-up, wooden.
Ah, okay.
Okay, guys, so that's it for contact reports. Seems you understood the concept.
Yep.
Okay, so next thing is the formations again. More specifically, where would I recommend your fire team leader put his guys and how you want to act in these formations. So, Yax, are you here?
Huh?
Yax, go ahead and split your squad up into 2 fire teams.
Okay.
Just assign them colors basically, so they can see it for
Yep.
themselves. So. So my
What,
squad
you
is,
want us to practice formations?
yeah, and just try and keep them fire team level, and then if you're really good within 20 minutes, then go on to squad formation.
Okay.
So my squad, follow me.
Guys, Yaxo's squad, you're on channel 3 short range for now, okay? With me, guys, with me.
Oh no, I can't run.
And everyone who isn't in mine, I actually
Contact.
stay here.
Come on, guys, group up on your squad leader. Someone's running away from here. You should not be doing that.
There I was fetching annex.
Yaxo? Yep. Please inform all the people that's not in your squad to get down here and meet Cheese. He will help them.
Oh, so.
Shay. You have a bunch of guys
Yeah,
over
only
there that's not in your
instructors,
squad. Tell them to go
leaders,
back to the hangar
the
and meet
selection menu.
Cheese and another instructor, and they'll help them with their fighting
Hey,
formations.
everyone who's not in my squad here, everyone who is not in Yaxo's squad, go back to the hangar and meet Cheese. Yeah, another instructor are gonna help you guys out, okay? So everyone who is not in Yaxo's squad.
Like Vulcan Spy.
Where is
Mayhem.
red? Where is red team?
Mayhem, Balkan, no.
Okay.
Matthias. Balkan Spy.
This is the red squad.
Yes, we have a single guy over there. A question, should only instructors be squad leaders in the selection menu? Because
No,
I...
you're right there.
Okay.
see how many we got. Show how many guys in your group like? Easier for you to count than me.
9 with me. Yeah,
So
9
that's,
people.
do you know how to split colours? Could you split them into...
Yeah, that would be helpful.
NX, I don't know where you're running, but get the fuck back to the squad, please.
Yes, sir.
Done.
Hey. Cool. Hey, Def, do you want to take one team and I'll take the other one so I can go through it? I think we might have one extra, but just land them on the end.
Yep.
See.
Fight team easy.
What colours have you got? Because I'll take one over here.
We have red and blue.
Alright, red team, follow me. We're going to the northwest. I'll sort you for information's out there.
Blue team on me, we'll go to the far southwest over here. Let's get on the runway, that'll be easiest for us. Okay then, take it you all have attended the FMO course at some point?
Yeah.
Yep.
2 days ago.
So you have a basic understanding already of the formations in what they are and what they look like, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, well essentially this is just taking what you've seen in the FMO course and putting it into practice now, and using that whilst you're on the move, watching sectors, which I'll cover in a second. So I'll just turn my radio down. Okay. Would you guys rather elect a fight team leader yourself, or would you want me to be your fight team leader for now, or act as a slightly extended fight team?
Go ahead and lead.
Okay, no one wants to step up and do it. Alright, we'll just literally do this as a walking patrol down there. I'll talk you guys through it as we go, and we'll just move through the formations and change whilst we're on the move. So for the initial one, I just want you guys to get in a column behind me, following the white line down the runway. Remember the spacing is the first ring on your shack tack hood. You just stay there, please. Just a quick thing guys, if you switch your short range to 6, I'll be able to talk to you. And you'll be able to hear me without me having to move down the line.
Copy.
Okay, done it.
Okay, can everyone hear me on general range on the short range? Yep. Roger.
Yes.
Yep. Excellent. Okay, we're going to just start off at a walking pace, moving down the runway. As you're walking, you'll notice that you've got the guy's head in front of you, blocking line of sight. Whilst you're walking, you're going to be wanting to look in a certain direction. In the column, it's nice and simple. The guy that's to the front of the column is going to want to look to his front. The guy behind him is going to want to look to his left or right. And from there, you just keep going backwards, right, left, or left, right. Makes it nice and simple whilst you're moving in the column so that you can keep a good eye on the area around you. And generally just means that you've got multiple eyes looking in different directions. I'd say the column is the most used travelling formation when you're moving either to the formal point or from the formal point to one of your first waypoints and you don't expect contact. In this formation you're not going to expect much, you're very restricted in how you can react to contact unless it's directly to your side, and so the main formation you'll find in a fire team is one that we're going to use next. So if we just come to a hold here.
Hold.
What you want to do now is we'll form an echelon left. And what you can do there is if you just simply move to the far left so that the edge of the right edge of your screen has the person in front of you just on it, you'll normally get the perfect angle. Obviously it may vary depending on the screen size that you use, but if you generally use it as a guide, you'll soon get it. Okay, good to know. Let's continue walking down the runway now. So as you guys see here, you've got a much better arc view of yourself. In a fighting wedge, you're going to typically want to look in the direction that the wedge is orientated to, so in this case, you're best looking towards your left direction. How this normally will be done is that the person closest to the front, to the team leader leading the formation, will be looking more to the front left, and then from there, each person in the line will be looking further left down to the far, to the very end person. Everyone sort of getting this so far?
Copy.
Okay. One formation that's not covered in the familiar course but is also very good to know is for when you're the all-round 360 degree security. So say now as a fighting leader I just get an important call from the section leader. All I'll ask is for you guys to pull security. What this means is that you're going to pick points between yourselves as you arrive on my position to face different directions cardinally. So one person will want to face the north, one person will want to face south, one west and one east. Any others from there will just simply pick a direction in between there. You guys understand that, Bob?
Yeah. Copy.
Okay, so if I call security on my position now, just come in.
Must be watching north.
Okay, I got north.
You want to space yourselves out quite a bit more. You want to imagine you want to create a nice safe area in the middle here. Yeah, like veterans doing there. You know, space yourself out, give yourself some space. Mosper. You see here, everyone else is watching directions, spacing out a little bit. And you want to look here, you look between yourselves, you'll see that you've got a nice good view now of the area surrounding you. And you've got a safe area, which is the centre, which can either be your section leader taking a radio call, a medic dealing with the wounded, or a buddy team dealing with the wounded. So generally it's a good formation to know, and the quicker you can get one formed, the better in most cases, as you never know, in especially cases in TVTs or such, who may be watching you and vice versa. Okay, if you guys want to now reform a column on me back down the line.
Column.
Right, excellent, nice and fast. What we're going to do now is if you turn 90 degrees to your left, so you're facing the west-southwest, we're now in a line formation, and you all know that this one is the best and the most used one for when you're under contact. Anyone know why?
Because we have fire coverage.
Concentrated fire.
Yep, correct on both accounts. We are able to concentrate our fire to targets to our front. Everyone has a good field of view between themselves and no instruction. But, say we're in buddy teams here. So, the two fellows at the far end are buddy teams between each other, and the two fellows that are closest to me are buddy teams with each other. What happens if we want to keep moving to the north whilst we're putting fire down to our west-southwest?
We'll be bounding.
Yep. No, I did have the term in my mind for it. There is a correct peeling, that's it.
Oh yes, yeah.
Just to quickly cover it, since I believe it's a very important part of the line formation myself when under contact. Peeling is when the buddy team or a single person will bound past the other persons or buddy team, and that allows you to keep moving whilst you're under contact. So if I just step out here for the end buddy, say that the front buddy team is in contact now, how does the rear buddy team want to cross the front to get in front of the first buddy team?
Um,
Behind us. Exactly. Why would you not want to go in front of them? Because then we can shoot them. Exactly. You're going to be running directly into their line of fire whilst they're firing. Okay guys, I just thought I'd cover that since it's a good point to know when it comes to line formation. Okay, so if you want to reorientate yourselves back down the runway now, we'll cover the rest of the formations that you'll typically come into. Okay, setting off at a walking pace.
walking.
You just want to follow me as we come off the white line now. So go over to a quick jog. Okay, we'll bring it back down to a walk and hold here. Right, the next formation we'll cover will be the staggered column. Nice and simple here, seeing as you have two lines that you can reference for this one. You have the black line. Just stay where you are guys for the moment I call. You can see you've got two lines you can reference here. Take it as these are the edges to the road that I'm stood in the middle of. How do you want to form the staggered column from here? Every second step to the left. Yep, nice and simple. Okay, so you want to form a staggered column on me now? Normally I wouldn't move, but since I'm in the centre, and I'll move to the side. So when you form the staggered, you want to come right across to the other side of the road in this case, which will put you on the centre line mark for the runway.
So,
You want to go ahead, Hus and Rooney. Yeah. We'll form the staggered column and cover the basics of it quickly. As you see again, you've got a good wide field of view here from the fact that you now have your columns split into two. Your arcs of fire and watch on this one will relate to which side of the road you're on. So obviously the right side of the road will scan the front and front right, and the left side will scan the left and the front and front left. It's nice and simple. Any questions on the staggered so far?
no. The last guy covers the rear, I suppose.
Not entirely, but you'll look over your shoulder every so often, if you understand.
Copy.
And then essentially the movement on the staggered column is almost exactly the same as the column. It's just a matter that you'll try your best to maintain your spacing both laterally and front to back. Okay, we'll set off again down the runway in a walking pace. Now the next formation we'll cover, we'll do the fire team when. Obviously for...
Whisper, you are crouching.
Yes, I do. Okay. That's no problem. the next formation we'll cover will be the fighting wedge. In this case we have an extra person, so what we will do in the event is that we will do a heavy left fighting wedge, which means that the extra person at the back will go to the left side. It depends entirely on the fighting leader at the time, if he does have the extra person on, how the fighting will be done, but normally you'll find in the fighting that it is a 2x2 again, so the sections of the fighting leader and his buddy will be the front and front right, and vice versa, the second buddy team will be on the left or right side, depending on if he is called a heavy left or a heavy right. So again, in this case, with the last person being the heavy left, let's see how fast we can get a fighting wedge formed whilst we're still walking forward. So, quick guys, fighting wedge on me. Excellent, good and speedy. It's always a case that the quicker you can get yourself into formation, the quicker you can respond to contact if needs be, or you just simply save the squad leader the headache of having to sort everything out himself and intervene below the fighting leaders. So again, the fighting wedge, this is normally used in the full USMC squads, where you'll have 3 fighting wedges used instead of a single squad wedge, which is quite hectic when you try to arrange 3 fire teams into a single wedge. Again though, you'll find that you've got a good field of vision, and like with the staggered column, depending on which side you're on, will dictate which side you are watching primarily. However, the bonus of the wedge is that if we were to say call a contact to our west now, so contact west, you can respond, and the persons that are now on the right side can come up and bring a line formation. Just like that. Does everyone understand what's just happened here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just cut off ourselves a nice line formation.
Yeah, but more importantly, we've done it quick enough that we have the full effect of our fire now as a fire team going down towards the enemy to win the firefight, as they said. And in armour, with how the AI works, that is what's key. So has anyone got any questions on the formations we've covered so far? Nope.
Nope. I got it.
Okay. Well, really, these are the main fighting formations that you'll find yourselves in. Any more will simply be versions of these formations that involve the full section. So, just gather up again on me, guys. I'll just give this quick little brief and then we're done.
There will be a proper exercise at the end. I just literally have to cover these with you to make sure you're all understanding.
Copy.
But yeah, literally these drills are, as Godhand said not so long ago, is that these can go up to beyond the platoon level, these formations. It's just simply a case of, if you were doing these at a full squad level, you'll have a fire team on the left and a fire team on the right side of the road in a staggered or in a wedge or as such, and it can just grow and grow, and you can have things such as platoon wedges. So it can get really crazy, but not the actual base of the formation doesn't change, if you get me.
Yep.
well, there's no more questions on that. That finishes us up here.
I have one maybe.
Go on.
Yesterday we were also training some drills, and then they made the difference between peeling and bounding. And peeling, they said it was one person, and bounding was with a buddy team. It was more bounding was more a team movement, and peeling was more an individual
Single
movement.
person. Is that the one with Toad?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd probably take that then. He's more experienced with it than I am.
Well, it's, I'm not military, so I'm just.
Neither am I. Neither's Toad actually. We're just, we were interested in it, so we've learnt these things and applied them here.
Yeah. I just thought I'd say something. I don't know. It doesn't make.
Yeah. It's good to add. As I say, Toad knows more than I do, and I'd take his word on the bounding versus peeling.
Yeah,
on that one.
There was some confusion yesterday as well, so.
Yeah. But as I say, that covers this half, so yeah, we've got a ways to go back. Oh, hang on. I'll be back in a moment.
Where'd he go?
Oh my god.
Privileges of instructors.
He's a wizard.
Hackers.
I'm pretty sure he will return with something cool.
Aha, there it is.
There we go. Oh, nice.
Just jump into the lead truck, guys.
Who's
Drive
driving?
itself.
Don't drive it, I'll teleport you guys.
Oh, a teleporting truck. That's awesome.
Yes, is everyone here now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. And here we are.
Oh,
that
it's
was
already
fast.
done. Yeah.
Excellent. Right, just join back in on Godhand.
Yeah, they have.
Their theory is that.
Here with my guys now, Godhand.
I mean, it's the fire team leader has to decide anyway what targets to aim the grenade launcher at, even if you have a grenadier. So the Marines have decided that the team leader can just as well have it and use it as his discretion, so everyone else can keep firing with their rifles. Maximum rifle firepower.
I'm just asking because we are at the missions we are using a bunch of military systems, so I'm just asking.
Yeah, we're gonna see this because this is the easiest and the most basic, and every other element out there can relate to this. It's mostly the same. Even the Danish army, even though we only have 3-man fire teams, I can recognize a lot of this shit. The only difference is we don't have that extra rifleman. If we take a hit on that 3-man fire team, it's completely useless. The only thing they can do is carry the wounded to safety and hope he survives. Okay. So what we're gonna go on now is what's called actions on. With the fire team or familiar course, where we talked about what your first action on was, and how was the first action contact?
Oh, sorry, is that me? Call it out.
Before that. Crafty, can you help out?
What?
No, you can't, okay.
Formation.
Even before that. The pressifier, yeah, that's the first thing we do. We start shooting at, and then we form off a line facing them, and then we start telling people what we're actually seeing as we form that line. So as soon as you are in a firing position, you have eyes on the enemy, you start to suppress him, then you start saying what you're actually shooting at, what you've seen, what you've heard, whatever. And then comes the team leader, and he has weapon screen is a situation you have if you expect to be shot at the, or expect to see soon and you want to kill them. Weapons yellow is a situation where you don't shoot unless fired upon or unless ordered to. And that's just the standard reaction. If weapons green, then the difference is just, do you see the enemy? Then fucking shoot at him. But if you have weapons yellow, then if you don't get shot at, then report the contact, and if you can't, coordinate the fire team, squad, or platoon against the target. And for the love of God, I don't understand why a condition red even exists. Probably mostly for stealth missions. It's just a way of telling people, don't shoot unless you're gonna die if you don't, basically. But yeah, weapon status is. I almost want you guys to forget about it and fucking use just common sense. If you're not being shot at, unless you're being told that whenever you see something, fire, then if you're not being shot at, then just always do the standard reaction. Oh shit, I see an enemy. Aim at him. Go to, so you see something by calling halt. Kneel, and then say, I have contact this direction at near 4 times infantry. Because then we can do what's called an ambush on them or anything. We can just form a formation on before we engage. But if you just go ahead, oh fuck, infantry, then you pretty much ruined the elements of surprise that you had, because the enemy didn't know you were there. Why the fuck show them that you were there by killing one of them and then letting the rest react to you, when you can pick off all 4 or all 8 or whatever. Get that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
So actions on. When there are 2 kinds of actions on. There are if the enemy is shooting at you, engaging you, and there is if you have eyes on the enemy, you see the enemy. And 2 different reactions. The first one is if the enemy is engaging you, then we know we form a line, we suppress, we call our contact report. What we do there is actually forming a base of fire. We have now formed a base of fire by lying in line. The next step is for the team leader. He needs to decide what's a good plan now. Can he defeat his target from the base of fire, and that requires his position to be covered, and that he can actually engage the target from that base of fire. If he has to figure, do I want to assault, do I want to stay, or do I want to defend? If you're assaulting, then it's no more than 2 guys you're attacking, and they're pretty close. They're within 100 meters usually. And then you can assault using what's called a fire team rush. We're gonna be showing that to you in a moment, and then we're gonna have you guys try to do it. But basically, a fire team rush is one body team covers or fires, another body team runs for 3 to 4 seconds, drops down, and start firing, and then you switch doing that. It's gonna be obvious when we show it to you. The whole concept with that is fire and maneuver that I hope you've heard, and the idea is that you can, it's based on a concept learned in World War I, saying that fire without movement is inconclusive, but movement without fire is disastrous. That means if for any reason they're engaged and we just lie down and start shooting, bang, 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 then the fight's gonna end at some point. But we did win and we didn't lose. Nothing happened. We just shot at someone. So we have to move on the enemy somewhere. But way ahead of you're getting way ahead of yourself, Ophelius. Just let the shit run. So you can't just lie down and then start shooting. You want to do a maneuver of some sort if you're gonna win this fight. And winning that fight could be done by a fire team rush or any other sort of rush. It can go pretty high, also called bounding. But then again, you can't just say, as a team leader then decide, hey, we're gonna assault on me, guys, and then start running like fucking Rambo, running towards the contact. Because what happens then?
You have no suppressive fire.
You're gonna get shot.
You're gonna get shot in the face, right?
No one covering you.
Yeah. So that's why you wanna say, be very clearer as a team leader. And if your team leader is not clear when he's talking to you, then ask who's suppressing and who's moving, because we're not all moving unless we have another fire team or another squad suppressing for us. So that's one thing you want to be critical with your team leader. You want to ask, wait, who's suppressing for us if we start moving? Because we're gonna get shot if no one's suppressing. So as you guys that are unfortunate enough to be team leaders here, you're gonna have to think, okay, we're gonna do a fire team rush, and I want body 2 covering, body 1 rushing, and then body 1 rushes, body 2 covers. Okay, body 1 set, body 2 rush, body 1 covering, and you want to keep saying that. Everyone wants to echo that constantly. You want to be yes, Slaughter, and that's because as a leader, you want to be close to contact. You want to know what's going on. If you're just staying back and letting the AR and the rifleman run up front and die, then you're a sad example of a leader. But we'll get to that when next time I do a leaders course. Yes. So that's something we're gonna do now, or later. Other reaction we had, as I said, we had an offensive, we had a do-nothing solution, and we had a defensive one. And for instance, if our fire team got engaged, and it's more than a squad engaging us, and we can't, or if we just can't stay in that base of fire without getting shot, imagine we're out in an open field, we can't just lie there and shoot, and hope we won't be killed, because we will. What you want to do then is move defensively. And moving defensively is also done in rushes. It's just a different direction. So for instance, you can call we're going to do a fire team rush. We're rushing back to the truck over there. We're rushing back to the hangar. We're rushing back to a tree line, whatever. And that's also something you want to be clear with your team leader. He's saying, okay, we're rushing back. Who's covering? Who's running? Okay, body 2 covering, body 1 running. Okay, body 1 runs for a rush. They run 3 or 4 seconds, drop down, fire, and then the next one run. Again, obviously, you're really ahead of yourself. Yeah, if possible, or if the situation makes it reasonable to pop smoke, you do. But that's a thing that comes with experience, just be able to tell, does it make sense to throw smoke now? Because if you're out in the middle of an open field, then throwing smoke as well just make everyone in the area know exactly where you are. The enemy won't even have to say, they're right next to the hangar, like 200 meters left of the hangar. They can just say, go for the white smoke, shoot that. So that's the difference. If you're, for instance, you're inside a forest and the enemy's close, popping smoke will allow you to run away because they will just see smoke. But if you're out in an open field, you're just pretty much just marking your position for the enemy. Make sense? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's the 3 standard reactions, and we have those if the enemy attack us, and if we see the enemy first, then our standard reaction is still to form a line, but we're not shooting, because we want to get as many rifles on the enemy as possible first, so we're sure they die when we open fire, instead of having to fight with them for 5 minutes. So that's always your reaction. Oh wait, I have visual on the enemy. Kneel down. Yeah, they're to my direct east, near, and they're 4 times infantry. Okay, fire team form line. Okay, and then when we have formed line, the team leader would say something. Okay, we're doing an ambush. I want the rifleman. I want you shooting the team leader. Grenadier, I want you to go for the AR. I want you to do a traversing fire all across the place. All ready? All fire. And then we all fire at once, and they should die within a second or 2. Once that's done, then do we want to assault, move forward and attack them, or do we want to go away because there were more of them than we thought, or do we just want to stay here? Yes, you want to call out that you have eyes on the enemy, or you have visual on the enemy. Just as well as if you hear them, you have audio contact. You can hear enemies, or you can hear something that might be dangerous. Okay?
Yeah.
Any immediate questions to actions on, because then we're gonna go out and drill them with you guys.
Let's do it.
Okay, so squad leaders, you have the squads, and we're gonna go. My squad's gonna go south and do our shit there.
Wait 1 second.
No chaps, I set up for the northwest. Just a second.
Are we gonna kit out, by the way?
Yeah, so should we get our kits?
What do you want us to do? Okay, so offensive actions already. Okay, perfect. Okay, guys. Wait one. Dash strike, you here? Dash strike. Can you grab an AK?
Yeah, can do.
Okay.
Where are you going to be situated?
I'll tell you grids on the map on the long range radio. Get yourself a long range radio.
Yeah, I've already got one. Channel 1.
Okay. Yep.
We're holding off on kits, right?
Until told otherwise, yes.
There's like, don't shoot the guy with the big ass antenna. Okay guys, go to the sign and get yourself proper weapons.
Yeah. Yeah, once you call it, just go way back where we were.
Well, that's like with the quick, so at least know you shot me.
Which loader do we pick?
Whatever you slotted in as.
So fire team leaders, make sure that you don't have duplicate loadouts in your fire team.
There's a red team form on the side here. We'll inspect.
Once your fire team is ready, fire team leaders.
Blue team.
Into me and.
Which loadout should I get?
I think get a team lead.
No idea what you should have.
That's yes, let's get
your fire team ready?
Sure I have. Yeah.
Why does your fire team have 2 automatic riflemen?
Yeah, all one ship left, 10 meters.
Okay. That's your responsibility, Arcarita. Try and keep an eye out for it.
Can you repeat that? Shift left, just so each fire team can watch the sea between the buildings.
Christian, was that you that came over to me earlier and tried to talk to me?
Red team is good.
Okay, first off we're gonna do what's called an instructive example, and that means that we're gonna use fire team 1 for this.
Okay, almost done.
And we're just gonna go over this very slowly, and fire team 2 gets to observe.
Your fire team ready? Ink?
Bertrand, you should be with us.
Yeah,
should be somewhere else.
my fire team is set up.
Without firing.
Okay.
Fire team 1, you have contact front, the truck on the left side with the infantry. Your reaction now should be to lie down, since you are harder to hit and that way, and you should still be able to see the targets. Once that's done, you obviously call out contact front, you send a contact report, and team lead says a contact report to the squad lead, and then we start, and then you report that you're going to start bounding. Report will sound like this: contact front, enemy fire team minus, near, I am assaulted.
No wonder I was confused. My radio
Then what's
reset
going to
to
happen
channel
is
1.
the team leader is going to say,
So we were still on channel
okay,
1.
ready to rush to target.
I thought, what the fuck, that's not
Body
Jack's
1
voice.
will rush, body 2 will cover. Everyone will echo that.
Okay,
It's
mount up.
not going to be done on with radio, it's just going to be said out loud, and then we're going to be covering firing. You want to try that, Penamix?
Are you sure?
I am sure.
Are you double sure?
Unless they're not in my squad, in which case they should not be in here.
Yeah, the thing is though is that there are people left over.
Rooney, you shouldn't be here.
Weather.
Dr. Who's?
Yeah, you're gonna have to go.
We were
Go to
reviewed
the
before that's right.
Is Nostradamus in your...
Nope.
Native. Yes, he's code 4.
Was he with you guys then?
Yeah.
Oh, was he with you, sir? Fuck.
I hope I'm not the only one who has no idea what's going on right now.
We keep losing our team leader or whatever.
Yeah, well, Death Strike was our instructor.